Hey guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. Thanks to last night, we have a ton of news to talk about today, but let me just say first, how crazy and awesome was that Doctor Strange trailer? I've seen some people saying Batman Begins meets Inception, I've seen some people saying Constantine meets Inception, I've seen some people even comparing it to Thor 1, which I'm alright with because I really liked Thor 1. But with that trailer dominating the headlines, it kind of overshadowed multiple massive stories like big confirmations from both Marvel Studios and WB about upcoming films, and some sizable Defenders news. First up, on the heels of rumors and reports that have been coming out over the last few weeks, it's official, the MCU Spider-Man reboot will be called Spider-Man Homecoming. The news broke last night at CinemaCon, where the film was officially announced and the official logo was debuted. The title's meaning is twofold, both a reference to the fact that this Peter Parker is still in high school and that Spider-Man is now back home in the MCU, where, let's be honest, he belongs. Whether or not the title is in any way connected to the 80s Spidey storyline that shares the same name remains to be seen, but as that involves the famous black suit, chances are they're just gonna do their own thing. Now, let's be real here. The subtitle of Homecoming is more than a little meta, but I'd honestly argue that it's no more on the nose than Dawn of Justice or First Class. The lesson here, kids, is that comic book movies don't exactly do subtlety well. And if you're not a fan of the logo, which I know some people definitely are not, never fear. Chances are that Marvel is going to change it, as Marvel Studios definitely has a long history of changing logos, like they did with Guardians 2, or most recently Doctor Strange and Civil War, and a whole slew of other films. But let me know your thoughts on the title and logo down below. And in our next story, an equally big one that was only kind of partially overshadowed, Warner Bros. Chairman and CEO Kevin Tsujihara confirmed at CinemaCon yesterday that the studio is officially moving forward with Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie. The big news, though, is that they also confirmed that Affleck will not only star in it, he will also direct it, in line with long-standing rumors. Though we don't know yet when the movie will hit, the safe bet is the recently announced, but as yet not filled, October 2018 date. That is, of course, unless it's fast-tracked for 2017, which, given Justice League's production schedule, would be more than a Herculean task. Honestly, this is great news for any of you DCEU fans, and it's really incredible. I mean, as good as Ben Affleck was as Batman, and as an actor in general, he's an even better director, and I can't wait to see what he does with this movie. But I'm honestly very curious about this. Let me know in the comments section below what storyline you'd like to see Ben Affleck tackle for the solo outing. Personally, I'm really still rooting for the Matt Damon co-starred Hush adaptation, but that's just me. And in our last story, let's jump back into the Marvel vein and talk a little bit about the Defenders. In a crazy and unexpected turn of events, we've gone from knowing next to nothing about the upcoming crossover series to talking about it twice in the last 3 days, but definitely not one that I'm complaining about. Charlie Cox recently sat down with Empire magazine to discuss the formation of the team, who brings them all together, and who the de facto leader of these ragtag heroes is. Let's take a look at his quote. "He can't do this alone. He's been so adamant about being a lone wolf, about doing it himself, so I think that in order for him to get to the Defenders, we needed the second season. We needed to see him be broken individually so that he's willing to form a team. The lesson that Matt has had to learn in the second season of Daredevil is that he needs help." You know, I think the thing I like about this the most is how naturally it flows from Daredevil Season 2, and minor spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but we see him broken, we see him beaten, finally overcoming the odds with a little help from the Punisher. But the intriguing thing, too, is that it looks like we'll get the Defenders before we get Daredevil Season 3, which might lend some credibility to my long-standing personal rumor that they're going to adapt the Shadowlands storyline for the crossover series, which might see Daredevil, who kind of brings the whole team together, possessed by the Beast, the Hand's ancient demon lord. But there I go speculating again, so to round out the day, let me know your biggest predictions about the Defenders. And that brings us to the end of another Hybrid News Now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you liked what you saw. Subscribe for more great content every single day. And, consider supporting us on Patreon for exclusive goodies like most of our videos a day early. Signing out, this is CJ, and I'll see you tomorrow.